Hello, this is Chitran Saxena from Just Tutors. In this video, today we are going to learn more about heredity and evolution. Objectives are evolution, three types of evolution, acquired and inherited traits, speciation. Evolution. The frequency of an inherited traits changed over generation. All life on Earth shares a common ancestor known as the last universe ancestor, which lived approximately 3.5 to 3.8 billion years ago. Although a study in 2015 remains a biotic life from 4.1 billion years ago in ancient rocks in Western Australia. Evolution is change in the heritable traits of biological populations over successive generations. Now, three types of evolutions are: very first is Darwin's theory of evolution. The theory of evolution by natural selection, first formulated in Darwin's book, which is named as On the Origin of Species, released in 1859. It is the process by which organisms change over time as a result of a changes in heritable physical or behavioral traits. Changes that allow an organism to better adapt to its environment will help it survive and have more offsprings. Then, organisms can reproduce offspring at a fast pace. This is necessary for survival because a higher number of offspring ensure that at least some of them could survive. Each organism has to struggle for its day-to-day survival. Different individuals of a particular species have different traits. Those with more suitable traits are selected by the nature. Each organisms need a particular trait for finding food and finding a mate. So we can say organisms have unlimited capacity to reproduce and they are based on natural selection. Moving ahead comes survival of the fittest. Those organisms which are the fittest are able to survive while others perish. That is how many species become extinct and some species continue to evolve over a period of time. To understand the origin of whales, it's necessary to have a basic understanding of how natural selection works. In the first edition of The Origin of Species in 1859, Charles Darwin speculated about how natural selection could cause a land mammal to turn into a whale. Natural selection can change a species in small ways, causing a population to change color or size over the course of several generations is called microevolution. Think of possible conditions of evolution of whales. Pause video, give it a time. Now, what are the changes in whales during evolution? Front legs became flippers, back legs disappeared, their bodies became more streamlined. They developed tail flukes to better propel themselves through water. Acquired and inherited traits. Acquired traits are: it is a characteristic that a living thing gets during its lifetime. It can be minor and temporary. It cannot be passed on genetically. It includes things such as calluses on fingers, larger muscle size from exercise or from avoiding predators. For example, children learning to read, a bird learning to fly, a horse learning to stay away from an electric fence. Now, inherited traits, they are: inherited traits are controlled by genes. It includes things such as hair color, eye color, muscle structure, bone structure, and features like shape of nose. It gets passed down from generation to next generation. And here, inherited traits is something you born with and can't change. Speciation. Speciation is the evolutionary process by which reproductively isolated biological populations evolve to become distinct species. The biologist Orator F. Cook was the first to coin the term speciation for the splitting of lineages or cladogenesis as opposed to an agenesis. or phyletic evolution occurring within lineages. Charles Darwin was the first to describe the role of natural selection in speciation. There are four geographic modes of speciation in nature based on the extent to which speciating populations are isolated from one another. The first is allopatric, peripatric, parapatric, and sympatric. Again, some practice questions as we have in all videos based on the facts we have just learned in this video. Pause the video, try these questions, and then check your answers on the next slide. These are the answers. Very well done. You have made really good efforts. That's all for this video. For more videos, keep logging in into justtutors.com. Thank you.